Okay, everybody, we're going to show you how to create a new product and a new team so you can bring other people into the organization. Here we are on the IAMP ADZ instance, and what you do is you go to the organization wall. For this to work, of course, you have to be an organization administrator, and all of you should be. The only person who's not one is George here, so maybe there's a reason for that. In any case, if you have admin privileges, then you should be able to create a team and a product. Now, you can use ADZ without a product. For our demo instance, we're using a product. But if you don't want to use a product, all you have to do is say add a team. And you say, my cool new team. Okay. Now, there it is, my cool new team. Okay. Well, you can click on the my cool new team and add a member if it's somebody who already exists in the organization. But if it's a new person, then you have to go to the organization itself and add a person here, or you can say new user that way. And we can just put in the information about that person and cool dude at adz.com, etc. Put in all that information, assign them a password, and we're going to be adding functionality where that password is automatically generated, but right now you have to assign it and email that person. When you click save, that person's going to get an email, and they'll have to confirm their address within a few days. But meanwhile, you can go ahead and set up the team. So even before that person is confirmed, you can add them here. I'm just going to add Lior to the team since he exists. And you can just add more people. You want to assign team roles. Typically, the default is going to be good. An administrator you need to have one, and if you create the team, that's probably you. That's the person who can start and end sprints as well as add people to that team. So decide who you want that to be. And then if that's all you want to do, if you don't want to have products, then it's simply a matter of choosing my cool new team from the spaces menu. And you'll see, for example, if you go to the user story wall, there'll be nothing there. So you can see a new story, and it starts showing up, and you'll see that story is assigned to your team. So that's the simple version. One other thing to note is that if you put the new user into the system here, they're going to show up on the organizational wall, and they will not initially have any privileges. It'll look just like George here. So that's probably a good default. If you want that person to be able to add other users, you can make them an administrator just by clicking, or you can make them an observer. An organization observer will see all of the teams in the organization and all of their stuff, but won't be able to access it. If they're not an observer, then they will only see items assigned to the team you've created. So that's probably a good default. The last part is if you want to create a product. So we'll go ahead and we'll flip this little twirly thing, and now we see a list of products. And we can add a product called Cool Product. Okay. And then you want to assign a team to that product. So the Cool team is working on the Cool product. This sets it up so if you wanted to have different teams working on the same product, you'd be able to do that, and then they would have a product backlog. So that's only if you really want to do something more complicated. Once you do that, there'll be a product space that shows up for the Cool product, and in that space, you will see the user stories assigned to that product. Note that there isn't anything here right now because there's nothing assigned to the product. So if I go to my cool new team and open up this and assign it to the product, it will say it's going to disappear right now, and then but it'll reappear when you go to the cool product space. Once you've done that, every new item is going to be assigned to that product space. So it'll get assigned to the product. Note it's not assigned to a team yet, but it's going to be assigned to the product if you go to it. Now you can go assign it to my cool new team. That's enough to get things started. But if you want to go one step further and you say, well, I want everything assigned to the product and the team, you can go into your user profile here and choose your default team. Now my default team doesn't show up here because I'm actually not part of that team. But if I were to add myself to that team, then I could add my cool new team to that, and it would cause the new items being assigned to be assigned to that team. It looks like we've got a little bit of a browser issue here happening. I'm running this locally, so I'll leave it there. Any questions, feel free to Slack me, direct message David Hersey or Lior, and we'll get back to you. Thanks.